viewers, I am Dr. Aswhani Kumar, and we are very pleased to introduce you to our top ranker, one of the ranker who got an amazing rank in the recently conducted INI-CET exam, and that is Dr. Navaneetha with us. Dr. Navaneetha, many congratulations.
Thank you.
And on behalf of the entire DBMCI family and all the students, we congratulate you, and we are absolutely proud of your achievement here.
Yes.
So before we formally get into going into this interview, I wanted to ask you a few things. Like, first of all, just tell something about yourself, where you did your UG from, about your internship to the viewers.
I'm Navaneetha. I did my MBBS from Government Medical College Calicut. I'm a 2017 batch student. I completed my internship in last July 2023. That's when I started actual preparation. I was a student of DBMCI face-to-face batch here in Calicut Center.
Okay. Dr. Navaneetha, tell me something. Were you expecting this rank when you gave the exam?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anyway a single-digit rank.
Okay. Usually single-digit rank is something not that you plan for. You plan for a good rank, but yeah, single-digit is something that happens. But how did the exam go? And I want a little analysis of the paper also from you. How was the exam?
It felt slightly atypical from the usual INI-CET pattern. And then some subjects were missing, like PSM and all biostatics part. We expect a lot of that, but it was not there. But there were no out of the world topics were not there. Everything felt familiar. The options, there were some twists. We had to think and give the answer to every question. I think it took such an approach to attempt each question rather than recalling from somewhere. We have to think, what would it be here at this stage.
So basically, one should not get biased by looking at this paper, because there's a less PSM in this exam, but that doesn't mean the PSM is not important. Like, they can ask you heavily in the NEET exams. Okay, I wanted to tell us about your previous journey also, because this was not your first attempt to the INI and NEET exam. Just tell us about the rank, because people just take a lot of inspiration from that, from where to where you've come.
So during my internship, internship was going on in the last March 23. I gave the NEET paper. It was with zero preparation.
Okay.
I wasn't even oriented to this exam. I just it was in a different city. I just went as a trip and gave the exam. That's all. I got a rank of 30,000. I wasn't really worried then, because whatever it took, without anything, I gave it. And then after that, I gave the May INI-CET also.
Okay.
That time it was a 9,000 rank. And then I started preparation in the initial later parts of July. And in the November INI-CET, I got a rank of 1,700. I was happy with that. I was in the midway of preparation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and this it.
But still, I mean, jumping from the rank of 9,000 last year INI-CET, the same May INI-CET, right?
Yes.
And then to coming to rank 4, that's a dream come true. Dream come true for us as well. Acha, let's break it down. Let's go step by step in your preparation. There are people who are very serious about their preparation from second year onwards. There are people who start preparing after internship, and some of them it's moderate for them. In which group you put yourself in?
My only preparation was concentrated post internship.
Okay.
Before that, maybe it's not much of a culture here.
But how was you as a student in your UG days?
I did reasonably good. I was in the top where I didn't come first every time. Nothing was there.
Okay.
Of that sort was not there. But then tried to learn whatever was there in that corresponding year. That's all.
Okay. So basically, you're more. You're learning through your MBBS, but you basically focused about your universities and examinations and all. Then you thought, okay, once I'll get with the exam, I'll just give it a complete go to this. Okay. When did you join Bhatia's Calicut?
Post internship.
Post internship. That was last year, right?
That was last
year. Okay. And your class was spanning around 6 to 7 months. You probably went for the classes for 6 to 7 months.
It was beginning of August to first week of January.
Okay, beginning of August to first week of January. Okay, and though we know about your journey, but even our viewers want to know this, that how it went for you in the Calicut. We want to know about the staff, the organization, the classes. Just tell us your honest opinion about it.
I joined the face-to-face classes. The decision to join it was it gave you a structure to follow. You didn't have to make decisions on the on yourself to sit and watch the class.
Yeah.
This gave you a structure to follow, and that's something that I felt it will suit me. And then the classes spanned over, as I said, over few 5 to 6 months. So initially we had a confusion whether the exam will be in January.
Yeah.
NEET was scheduled for January. So my plan was to study according, like as per the plan of the classes
Yeah.
as it happened here, and also to revise in between. I was not planning revision after the classes ending. I was trying to do it in between itself.
Okay.
And then the classroom atmosphere is something that really helped me in this preparation, because you get to see the faculties live, you get to experience that. You won't feel like you're sitting for 12 hours or something. It doesn't feel like an extra effort that you have to put.
Which is not possible on an online platform here. Though, I mean, there are instances when person has to use an online platform, that no disrespect to that. But if somebody is having an option of this offline and online thing, that obviously the commitment is more in case of the offline. That is for sure.
That happens like organically. We don't have, the class doesn't seem to be much of an effort from our part.
Exactly. It's like someone else is doing the job for you. You just have to like just sit and absorb there. And were there like you how did your revision plan go? Like, were you able to revise in between the classes, or like you left the entire revision for the end? Because this is one of the big challenge which everyone faces, those who are attending the regular classes, that how to keep on with the revision part. Because when you're done with a couple of subjects, then obviously no matter how good you are, you start forgetting the first subject you studied here. So did you find out time in between to kind of go through that part, or you like just started the revision only after your class got over?
No, I planned revision in between itself. That was a major help in my preparation, because you never feel like you have left off one subject. It doesn't feel like it has gone off your hand.
Exactly.
You have a like at least some hold in every subject as you move on. So I planned in between itself whatever subjects. Whenever you get a gap in between, I try to revise whatever has been completed before that.
This is also, I keep saying to my students also, that if you don't touch your notes for good 6-7 months in between, then after the 6 months when you'll open your notes, it will like two strangers talking to each other. So one should find out time in between to just go through that, because for short subjects you'll be needing less time, so you might have a couple of days extra in between. So that's a very important thing, because despite of attending the regular classes, we need the time in between to go through this year. Okay, tell us something about your plan for grant test here. Grant test, I'm pretty sure that plays a very big role, a vital role in anyone's preparation. How you went about it, whatever was your frequency of giving grant test, and how did you analyze the grant test? I mean, like, let's say you scored 120, so 120 correct, you got it. So how will you go about it? So first tell me, what is the frequency of the grant test and when you started giving it?
I gave a grant test the day before I started. I planned to prepare the first day of the preparation.
That's very good.
That's how I wanted to know my baseline, where I stood, and I never shied away from giving grant test anytime. I felt it was very important, and especially it has played a major role in my preparation. So initially, in the starting days, I tried to give it in a frequency maybe every 2 weeks or every 10 days. That also according to the schedule of the classes. Whenever you get a gap in between the classes, I try to give a grant test. And towards the later part, that is maybe after February, I've given a grant test every week.
Okay.
And a few in between also, because some grant tests come live like that. I've kept giving grant test all throughout. And about review, I got the guidance of many seniors and all, how to go about it. So my plan was to, I've reviewed the wrong ones the same day itself.
Okay.
Whatever wrong I've got. And that too, I've tried to classify to how did it go wrong. So maybe some recall errors will be there. You have to go back to the
recall error is just because of the lack of revision, maybe.
Lack of revision. So you just have to go back to the notes. And then there'll be some questions where you're making silly mistakes just because you haven't read the question properly. That you have to try to eliminate it throughout this process. And then maybe some questions are totally unfamiliar or not important.
You have to let them go.
I might have bookmarked them, but not really gone back to them like that. And if it is something extra, like you have the topic in the note, but an extra point is being asked, maybe I've tried sometimes to add to the notes. That's how I went.
Well, that's the right way to go about it. Basically, grant test is just one to judge your preparation, how it is going. One, secondly, I would say that it just makes you sit for 3.5 hours. That's a very tough job at times here, because when you're giving the actual exam, that's a different kind of adrenaline rush. But when you're giving the grant test, then after 2 hours, sometimes you start feeling bored a little, and your energies, you don't want to give the 100% in that. So that practice should be there. Achha, what is your take on this, the new pattern of NEET examination, which is dividing this paper into 5 parts here? Is it going to create any kind of much of a difference in that, or do you think any different approach the student should take for the people who are just going to prepare for this one?
Like time management for me actually it helped, I guess, because I was someone like someone who loses track somewhere in between. You know, when you're
That
sitting
gives you
for a whole
compartments to exactly go
then
through it.
this resets you, right? Every
Yeah.
45 minutes you get a restart. You're giving a new exam.
Yeah.
That helped me. But then you have to take care of the time management thing, because the time is running. You see that that might create a little panic, but because I practiced extensively, I've given a lot of grand tests. Time was not an issue for me. I always used to finish a little early.
Okay.
From the initial days, so that also helped. So if when I'm going through one session, maybe of 45 minutes, I finished in like I went through all the questions once in like 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it gave me ample time to go back to the questions which needed a second thought, or which I have not attempted in the first go.
Even I thought this time the splitting that although usually NBE comes up with these plans in the very later stage, but still I think it's not bad. I mean, as you rightly said, even I believe that there are some people who are not able to manage their time accordingly. So compartmentalizing this paper probably will help them to okay. And moreover, you can judge that how the last two set you have to go about it. Like you need to be a little more aggressive, or how your first couple of set went by. Accordingly, you can plan the last questions here. Because sometimes you get a good start and sometimes you don't get a good start. So accordingly, you can go about it. Achha, because we have from here now, when you are conducting this interview, we have around 25 days to the NEET exam here. First, I want you to tell us that what these students who are right now, who gave the INI-CET, didn't get the desired result and looking for the NEET exam, it's very much doable. That your rank tells us that it's doable. But what should they be doing? I mean, do they change the source? Do they change their approach? Or what do you think that you should be doing this in 25 days?
During my preparation journey, I had so many doubts whether this is going to be enough. At every step, I've doubted. But then I think what worked is sticking with the same thing.
Exactly.
Doing it multiple times makes it better, rather than changing everything and going for something new which you will think will work. Better than that is sticking to our source. It will get better with time. So if you're going, I had planned for this 25 weeks, whatever, 1 month after the results. So my plan was to give 2 revisions, one maybe in 20 days, and to go about the last 10 days. That was my plan. I had prepared a plan.
Okay. But would you suggest anyone to give a grand test from here onwards? Generally, we'd say that people not to give a grand test in the very last days, because if God forbid, if you do not score well, then probably your motivation will step down.
I didn't give a grand test in the last 10 days of my INI.
Okay.
So if people get very anxious or they are very attached with their ranks, maybe they should stop giving from now on itself. Otherwise, it helps. The Sunday before, if you are giving, you are already prepared for that. That process helps you, unless you are very much anxious about your ranks.
And what's your concept of 20th notebook? I mean, when we talk about 20th notebook, everyone has their own ways. Some take a snapshot, some keep it as a PDF, some write down, some makes those sticky notes here. What was your concept about 20th notebook?
In that aspect, it was a little haphazard. I have made a 20th notebook. Not everything that I wished to go into has gone in, but anyway, it was there. So I had my sticky notes and some screenshots were there, which I don't think I've gone back to every one of.
Things in phone, they stay in phone only. That's what happens, right?
20th notebook was there, and sometimes even in the same notebook, you pick something and write it to your index page. First, whenever you pick that subject, you see it.
Exactly.
And one more thing I would advise is 20th notebook shouldn't stay for the last day. Anyway, now there is only a few more 25 days left. So you have to start revising a 20th notebook now itself. Then only it will
stay with you.
If you pick it up on the last day, it might look very unfamiliar. It might be random topics.
Yes. That actually, you answered my question already about that. That one thing which, nowadays there's so many things which are available. There are so many the quick revision programs are there and all that, and people do get scared, because when the exam is just 1 or 2 months away and you're not prepared well, so you look for the resources where you want to just have a quick revision, somehow cover the entire subject in 1 week or less than 1 week here. So what's your take on that? I mean, should people be changing their sources? And whatever you read, like you said, you also doubted your sources at the time of the classes, but your rank is the biggest reflection that what you had probably was enough here. So what are your suggestion to those people who right now you might be planning to just like maybe change their source or like stick to some smaller source to just revise the entire thing?
It never worked for me. I mean, watching something new, I didn't feel like doing it
Yeah.
anyway. The thing is, when even if your main notes, whatever you've done during your regular classes, even though it seems bulky, but with time, when you're doing it multiple times, you will be able to go about it in a faster way for even for the last few days of revision. So rather than probably here and photographic memory of seeing your notes multiple times,
exactly.
that stays. So if you suddenly go and change a source, you hear from a different faculty. So everything will become a mixture, I guess.
Exactly, and this is why when I feel that regular classes, the face-to-face classes are also important, because usually what happens, the people they try to avoid teaching the overlap thing. For example, like in my class, I don't teach the breast part because I know in the surgery it will be covered here. Because obviously I can do that as well. But point is that if you're doing the same thing from two different sources, both are correct only, but you're just like creating a memory of two different aspects. So that's a very well put point from you. Acha. Uh, Finally, I just want two things from you. First, just tell us about your experiences in the Bhatia Calicut, about the class experience of your classes, about some of the faculties that you attended the classes, like who inspired you. Secondly, about the staff here, because it's a support staff which also matters a lot. Because when you are here for good 6-7 months, and some of them are coming from out city also, like all the hostel facilities and everything. Like, what do you feel about that here? So just tell us about both things. First, tell us about your class experience.
I attended face-to-face classes, so you see the faculties coming live and doing it for you, and it was really a different experience. Suddenly, when you after the internship I started, so after having a break from studies, suddenly getting into that flow, that was here. Like the classes helped me to get into that place.
Exactly.
And then I loved every faculty's classes.
Okay.
Everything. I mean, in Bhatia we have such an amazing. Everybody
I take the thank you on everyone's behalf.
And the decision to choose Bhatia was, sir, your classes. I was scared of anatomy to begin with, so I didn't know how to go about it, especially in an entrance preparation. So I knew, sir, like everybody says, and I knew. So that was the reason of choosing this class. And then every class, and Tamim sir's class, he came here. So that was like, I wanted to study medicine. When you listen to that, you always feel, will I be able to do this again also?
You won't believe, I know n number of people who after getting into a PG and they still come back to attend Dr. Tamim's class, because they, he's something else only. The way he kind of concised and the medicine, such a huge subject in small part, that's commendable. Like we all look up to him for inspiration. Like he's not for only for you, he's an inspiration for us as well. Achha, and what about the DBMCI Calicut? Like how was the support staff and how it evolved, the arrangement of the classes, the classroom? Because the people who are watching video, not everyone is live here, like who are planning to take admission or being a part of their journey and making Bhatia Calicut as a part of their journey. So they need to know a little about an honest opinion that okay, how is everything?
This place, everyone is like a family. You have a feeling of belonging here. Once even after you join the classes, even after the classes were over, there was constant support system was present. There were mentorship sessions, Zoom sessions which we attended. After the classes are over, when you are alone, I prepared from home. So you're not seeing other people prepare, but then there are like at frequent intervals there are sessions which bring you back to the track. That was very helpful especially in my case. And also there are like hostel facilities. A lot of my friends are staying here in the hostel here. So the study environment is necessary for going through this journey, especially like at this age we are it's a little tiring to stay in this for such a long time. So,
and moreover, when you have this environment in the class, people sitting around, you're bound to sit there. And there is all of a competitiveness. I don't know, like at times, like when I ask a question sometime and a person is able to answer and the person sitting beside is not able to answer, like suddenly he or she comes out of it, okay, why am I not able to answer this question? So the sense of competition which keeps on eliciting every minute, that is also very important. Keeps you on track, basically. It's difficult to watch the videos for long number of hours, so that we have seen. Well, Dr. Navaneetha, we are absolutely proud of your journey. Like we cannot stop praising about you. And what you have done here is you basically have created a legacy. And I always say this, that once you get a great rank, a single digit rank or double digit rank from a particular college, then your junior starts looking up to you. The people who are sitting in the class, they're already looking up to you. They are very excited to see you. They were excited to meet you. They wanted to talk to you because they know, okay, there's someone from us got a rank 4. So they start believing that, okay, we could be the next one. So you are coming like as the ray of hope for them. So thank you so much for coming and
Thank you so
giving this
much.
interview. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.